Hi guys, Blake and Levi here today with Lilley's Landing Resort in Marina on the uppermost part of beautiful Lake Taneycomo. It is Thursday, April the 22nd. We're going to do the one cast for you today. So, today we have boated all the way up to the cable. Can't go any farther. We're both going to throw 132nd ounce jigs. They're running exactly 1 unit of water again. About last time I checked it said 3500 CFS, but I think it might be running a touch slower. 3300 being 1 unit exactly. And so we are throwing the 132nd ounce jigs again today on 2-pound line. I've got a Lilley's white with a red collar starting off. It's a nice cloudy day, so I think it might be a good day for white. And Levi is going to be throwing a 132nd ounce orange head sculpin and ginger. And we are starting right up here in this corner by the cable, usually a spot where fish hold up. We're actually kind of got the boat a little more out towards the middle so that we can fish all of this eddy water and not just up against the bank. Like I discussed before, the 1 unit flow, 1 unit or less is usually really good for a 132nd ounce jig. And so that's what we're going with. I'm hoping that because it's nice and overcast that these white jig will get some action. Usually whenever you have an overcast day, it's a good bet. It's about 7 o'clock in the evening tonight. Not a whole, ooh, that was terrible. Not a whole lot of boat traffic out here. Nothing officially on the first cast either. I think we only passed 2 or 3 other boats on our way up. And so something you can do up here in this corner is, if you have a spot lock function, you can kind of spot lock your boat right here and cast that jig out and just kind of bounce it along as it swings down past the boat. And sometimes that swinging action really gets the fish going. It doesn't work all the time for me, but there are times when I've come up here and spot locked right here in this spot and just caught the crud out of fish as the lure or the jig is swinging back behind the boat. Hey, Levi's hooked up. Hey, when you net the fish, either hold it up to the camera by the hook. There you go. And so far, white 0, sculpin and ginger 1. I've still been hearing decent reports of people catching fish on white jigs along the bluffs. So maybe that's something they're looking for on the bluff edges. I'm not sure. Oh, there's a fish. I haven't tried it up here a whole lot. Actually, I really haven't fished up by the dam in like, I don't know. Monday? Well, we tried to come up here and the camera equipment was not working. So we didn't really get a chance to fish much. Man, he really wanted that. He really thought that was a shad. He swallowed that. Trout usually, unless you're using live bait, don't swallow the hook. I'm gonna need a pair of pliers for this. Oh, nope, I lied. I got it. There we go. Yeah, to me this is almost a perfect flow. Nice 1 unit of water. It's really good for throwing stuff under an indicator. It's really good for a lot of things. I could see the fish down there trying to go for my jig. If I had spot lock function, I probably would have held in that corner up there a little bit longer. Oh, there's one. Well, let's see, fishing reports for the day. I was actually off work at home painting lures, so I don't know too many. I know that Phil told me Bill Babbler was dragging night crawlers today and came back with a real nice looking limit of fish for his customers, for his clients. There were some guys in I'm not sure, a motorized canoe is what it looked like to me, sitting in front of the dock right before we left to come do the one cast. It looked like they were doing fairly well. I don't know what they were throwing, but they were reeling in fish. Oh, there was another one. Did you hear any other fishing reports today, Levi?
Steve Dickey had a trip this morning.
Steve Dickey?
I'm not sure what he was using. He had a trip as well.
Okay.
We had a hookworm today.
Yeah. Well, sounds like Steve Dickey came back with a limit of fish.
Had a fish off the dock today, did real well. Not sure what they were using.
Well, that says there's some people sitting on the dock that limited out today. I'm not sure what they were using, but sounds like there was some fish hanging out around the dock at least. Right before we started the video, I was throwing the Signature Series 762 jerkbait in the rainbow flavor, and had 3 or 4 hits and got one in the boat. So it seems like they might be chasing the jerkbait a little bit today too, which is always a fun time. Well, let's see, Dwayne had a trip last night. He told me that the scud bite when it was still daylight outside was not the best for them. He said the jig bite was alright, and that once it became dark, right there at sunset into dark, and until about 9:30 or so at night, the jerkbait bite stayed pretty steady good. All right, now we're coming up on the flat that starts right before the first island. Oh! I set the hook so hard. And that is a problem about watching your fly in the water. I saw the fish come for it and it caused me to set the hook a little harder than I should have there. Definitely can't set the hook that hard whenever you're using 2-pound tests. I don't know. I don't feel like tying another one on. We'll just switch to my other rod. On this rod, I've got a Sculpin and I don't know, is that ginger or peach?
I believe it's peach.
Sculpin and peach with a Sculpin head, 1/32. Oh my gosh.
No. You broke me.
I didn't break you. You casted back. And sometimes that's just the fun in being in the boat. I'm not sure where the jig went, to be honest with you. I said, I'm not sure where the jig went. It ought to be in the boat. Well, your rod hit the end of my rod, and I'm not sure where the jig went. This water we're going over right now, and especially where we're out fishing at, but just a couple foot deep, and probably 2 foot to be exact. And so even with the 1/32 ounce jig, you can kind of work it a little faster over that flat, or else you'll start getting hung up on the bottom. Tie it on the same color, or you going with something different?
Oh, I think I'll find it.
Go with the white?
White and gray.
Oh, white and gray, okay. Levi is switching to a 1/32 ounce white and gray jig. I think there is a chance of rain later tonight around the 11, starting at 11. I think it's supposed to rain for 3 or 4 hours.
Wind.
Oh, my back. I think we'll fish maybe down to in time we got over there.
Yeah. 15:07.
Alright. I think we'll fish maybe to the root wad, maybe right to Big Hole. I'm feeling like I need to go back to white. I should have just took the time to tie that one on. changed my mind.
I hope so.
That's a healthier fish. Hey now.
Burn that down.
Hey now. He's not happy. There we go, I got it. Show him the camera. Gotta be really careful if you're gonna come up here with one unit running. Definitely, once you get up to your spot, you wanna raise your big motor out of the water. You wanna set your trolling motor a little higher. And just be cautious of where you're drifting. You could easily drift into some water that would drag your motor or your trolling motor, and if you don't have a good balance or stance, that could throw you off the boat if you were to hit the bottom real quick. Man, these life jackets really grab that neck hair. You felt that yet?
I noticed that. That's why I changed. It's just pulling my hair. I'll fix that.
Oh, there's another one. You got one too? Oh, we're doubled up again. Yay. And this spot where we both doubled up at, I can see a bunch more fish holding here. So this flat comes down and it's kind of right across from rebar, really. I think rebar is right over there. It drops off real quick. I know it used to be a lot deeper than it is now, but it's still a significant difference between the shallow and the deep right here, and that's where those fish were at. And I can see quite a few more out there holding in that area.
Hey, hey.
I figured out if you can pinch your finger as close to the barb as possible, you can do that little trick Phil does where he turns the hook. It took me forever to figure that out.
I found to stick your thumb underneath right where their teeth are at.
Sometimes it's hard to get there. Look at the fish holding in this area. There's a ton of them. We're about 50 yards above the root wad, right below the island. And there's a lot of fish holding in here. Trying to slow the boat down so we can fish as much of it as possible. I just had a hit. Look at all of them. Oh yeah, you don't have glasses on, you can't see.
Oh, look at it.
Hey now.
much current up here?
A little bit. You just gotta let it sink a little longer. Luckily, it's still pretty shallow. Oh, I saw that one swipe for it. Let me take these glasses off. I think they're hindering me more than they're helping me.
Stop focusing on your jig.
It's hard not to look. It's not hard to look at it whenever you can see it though. It's like when you're using the live scope, it's hard not to look at all the fish on the screen.
Yeah, I didn't really notice it there. I think.
We're about, going on 100 yards below the root wad now, coming up on the big hole. I will end the video right there on that little island that pokes out. But it would seem to me that they're still hitting the jigs pretty good in the evening up here in the trophy area. And so far it hasn't really mattered which color we put on. They've bit all of them. And they were chasing the jerkbait too, so I'd say they're just in the mood to chase some stuff. Something interesting that I haven't seen here on the lake, or at least maybe it was here and I wasn't paying attention. We saw a falcon. I'm not sure which type of falcon it was, but it was definitely a falcon up here right at the dam as we pulled up. I'd say it's kind of a fine line right now between 16th ounce and 1/32. It seems like some of this water where it's running faster, you could definitely be using a 16th ounce and getting it down a little bit better. But up there in that eddy pocket and in the shallow water before the root wad, it seemed like we were getting down just fine. Seeing lots of midges flying around in the air. Thinking you could probably stick a midge under an indicator. Yeah, that is a strange thing about Taneycomo, is you'll go through pockets where it cools off a ton, and you kind of notice it a little bit more during the summer. But I definitely felt it right there. It's my last cast right here. Oh, did I catch a log? Whoa! Did you see that zoom past my ear?
Yeah, almost in the face.
Alright, that can't be my last cast. That doesn't count. I didn't like that one. This is my last cast. There we go. Alright, well, we thank you guys for watching today. Like and share us on Facebook. And subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't yet. And we'll be out here to do it again for you tomorrow. Until then, thanks guys.